arrested in Wa for dealing in unregistered drugs. Thanksgiving service held in honor of late Major Maxwell Adam Mahama. Good evening. Welcome to News Hour on GBC24 and GTV. I'm Thelma Taki. Stay with us. 2 suspects have been arrested in Wa for dealing in unregistered drugs. They were arrested in a joint swoop by the Food and Drugs Authority and the Pharmacy Council.
Of late in the Upper West region over abuse of drugs, particularly by a section of the youth. They allegedly take a drug known as tramadol without prescription. This prompted the Regional Coordinating Council to constitute a team to monitor the situation and track down perpetrators. This led to the arrest of Sali Mumuni Yembu, 47, and Yusuf Jahili, 32, for dealing in unregistered drugs as well as selling without operational license. The Upper West Regional Officer of the Food and Drugs Authority, Mr. Gordon Akurigu, said many of the drugs seized have not been registered by the authority.
FDA cannot ascertain the quality and safety of it. And for that matter, we did a swoop and were able to identify the suppliers who supply them to the region.
The acting Upper West Regional Manager of the Pharmacy Council, Mr. Latif Ajay Redu, spoke about the effect of taking tramadol without doctor's prescription.
What it means by tramadol hydrochloride is that it is a synthetic narcotic drug. When we say synthetic narcotic drug, it means that it works in the brain to suppress or to bring down pains. So it is a prescription-only medicine. This means that we have medicine that have been registered in the country as tramadol hydrochloride being used for the definite purposes. So what we are saying is that the medicine should be stocked only in pharmacies. And when a patient needs the medicine, it must come with a valid prescription from a qualified doctor.
The two have since appeared before the court and remanded to reappear next week.
Back in the national capital, a Thanksgiving service has been held in honor of the late Major Maxwell Adam Mahama at the Lighthouse Chapel International Chapel called the Kodesh. The late Major Maxwell Mahama met his untimely death on Monday, 29th May 2017, when he was lynched by a mob at Dentra Obuasi in the central region.
We release them to sense and to walk with you.
Prayers were said for the family of the fallen soldier, Major Maxwell Adam Mahama. Major Maxwell Adam Mahama was in Dentra Obuasi on an anti-Galamsey mission. He lost his life when residents of Dentra Obuasi lynched him on suspicion of being an armed robber. Preaching on the theme, "Don't Lose Your Song in the Night," Bishop Edmund Fabing of the Lighthouse Chapel International praised the fallen soldier for his selfless and heroic cause.
The Bible says that, "Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray." Then he said, "Is any merry? Let him sing psalms." You know, God is expecting that you be merry. He knows that there will be times of affliction, but there must also be times of merrymaking. In the times when we are afflicted, God has a way of giving us a song. And that song is supposed to help you. That song is supposed to strengthen you. That song is supposed to keep you going. Yeah, whoa, nyame, yes, nyame,
A tribute was read by the Cantonment branch of the Lighthouse Chapel, where the late Major Maxwell Mahama fellowships with his family before he met his untimely death.
Major will be found in church counseling the youth to be disciplined in their walk with God. People resonated to him simply because he represented what he professed. He made being a Christian in the army an attractive possibility to the youth in our church.
His remains was interred on Friday 9th June at the Usu Military Cemetery after a state burial service was held in his honor at the forecourt of the State House. So far, over 44 people have been arrested in connection with his death at the Nchroboase. Final funeral rite for Major Maxwell Mahama would be held at Bole in the northern region and Tumu in the Upper West region. He left behind a wife, Barbara Mahama, and 2 children, Jaden and Jeremiah.
The National Democratic Congress NDC has held a rally to commemorate the party's Silver Jubilee celebration. The founder of the NDC, former President Jerry John Rawlings, says the NDC's chances of winning the next and subsequent elections are still good if the party can recognize its ability and power and work together as a united front. This, he however stressed, can only be achieved if the unity that is being advocated within the party is approached through truthfulness, integrity and sincerity among members. Mr. Rawlings was addressing the rally at the Mandela Park in Ashaiman. A report by Theodora Amedeto.
The victory of the NDC is coming, and the people say...
The National Democratic Congress NDC is a social democratic political party committed to the values of freedom, justice and accountability. Its motto is unity, stability and development, with an umbrella otherwise known as Akatamanso as its symbol. The colors of its flag are red, white, green and black, with the party having had deep footprints in the political economic history of Ghana. Born in the living room of former Vice President Mr. Kwesi Mr. Arthur, the NDC has been one of the pillars on which the democratic credentials of Ghana is built. Over the years, the party has raised many astute politicians that have contributed immensely to the fledgling democratic and economic growth of the country. It is a fact that the NDC has produced 3 presidents in the 4th Republic. The founder and former President Jerry John Rawlings led the party to victory in 1992 and for a second term in 1996. In 2008, the late President, Professor John Evans Atta-Mills, also led the party to win the election, and in 2012, ex-President John Mahama won the elections. On the occasion of the party's 25th anniversary, a rally was held as part of activities to commemorate this celebration. Former President John Dramani Mahama said the proper reorganization of the party currently underway would help bounce the party back into action for victory in December 2020.
Na oshe party bia na hondia every branches any constituencies. Enti say ye sa reorganization ni ye na branches no ne constituencies ni nyina ejina ho ene ahonde a me ogidie say nyame adomnti 2020 abato aye bedi ebe no nyame adomnti ndc bedi nkulim.
He, however, described political vigilantism and lawlessness, as well as the practice of asking heads of civil servants in various government establishments to vacate their posts anytime there is a change in government, as a bad precedent for governance, which must be checked in order to save the country. The founder of the party, former President Jerry John Rawlings, noted that the NDC still stands a good chance to win elections if its founding principles are adhered to.
Your chances are still good by virtue of who you are and where you're coming from. We all have a role to play to protect it. Matiana, Samisi accountability, Ninyama, the prevention of corruption is not just for the NDC. This is one unit within the country. Inti Munya Namuhunya Din, Papa, Namuya Diana here. Say, I see a unit here. Yeah, make sure we are doing so with sincerity and not, knifing each other. God bless you all.
He urged the depoliticization of national issues such as energy in order to tackle them head-on. Aside politics, Mr. Ronley said his heart goes out to street children and called on Ghanaians to consider good family planning options. The occasion was also used to honor J.J. Ronley on his 70th birthday, which is due this June. Theodore Amedeto, GBC24. Ashaiman.
Vivo Energy Ghana, the company that distributes and markets Shell-branded fuels and lubricants, has organized a free health screening and a cleanup exercise for the Atukpai community in Accra. The initiative, which is part of Vivo Energy's corporate social responsibility, was held to mark World Environment Day.
Shell's exclusive licensee in Africa, Vivo Energy is proud to offer the very best of Shell's products and services to both retail and commercial customers across the continent. These include Shell's world-class differentiated fuels and lubricants, industry-leading technological and technical expertise, and personal dedicated customer service. The Shell brand has been in existence since 1928. However, to create lasting social and economic benefits for individuals in various communities, Vivo Energy has partnered the chief of Atupai, Ni Tetetru II, to engage the people of Atupai in a massive cleanup exercise. The program, which is in line with Vivo Energy's community investment initiatives, saw both inhabitants of the community and some Vivo Energy staff unclog gutters and sweep some portions of the streets of Accra. The communications manager of Vivo Energy Ghana, Mrs. Shelley Tony-Kum, said that the oil marketing company's constant support for the community was born out of its passion for the environment, a key focus area in its community investment initiatives. Mrs. Shelley Tony-Kum called on all Ghanaians to become agents of change to promote awareness of sustainable environmental practices.
Our key focus areas are education, environment and road safety, and we try as much as possible to ensure that we do activities in these areas. We are in Atopai, Jamestown for that matter. Sanitation is one of their key issues. They even brought it up that we come together as a community and clean our environment and the filth around.
After the cleanup exercise, Vivo Energy Ghana's health advisor, Dr. Alexander Kowa, and other health professionals from Total House Clinic in Accra screened inhabitants of the Atukpai community for blood pressure, heart rate and sugar level, among others. There were a series of health talk and free consultation services by the team.
We hear a lot of talk these days about kidney failure, about heart failure, about blindness. All these things are unwanted or complications of diabetes and hypertension in our environment. So we are hoping that through this measure we'll be able to pick up those who have these conditions and then intervene early.
Vivo Energy Ghana presented 20 waste bins, wheelbarrows, shovels, Wellington boots, nose masks and surgical gloves to the community to ensure cleanliness in the neighborhood. Vivo Energy is actively involved in community investment programs where it operates. These include improving the interest in mathematics through the Vivo Energy Bonanza School Challenge, the donation of 2,000 environmentally friendly cook stoves and solar lamps, respectively, to women and children in rural areas, and road safety programs for pupils, as well as commercial drivers. For GBC24, Ofori Wadako reporting.
The chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Professor Opoku Nyina, has called on traditional rulers who are Christians to avail themselves to be used by God as agents of change in the chieftaincy institution. Apostle Professor Opoku Nyina made this call at a two-day Royals conference at Gomuafete in the Central Region. He asked the Royals to consider their institution as a ministry and position themselves in their various traditional areas as agents of change for the development of the country.
The contribution of the chieftaincy institution towards development in the country and the extension of church growth has been phenomenal. This is done through the provision of lands for the construction of churches and other forms of assistance. Regrettably, there is a gap between the church and the palace. It is in the light of this that the Church of Pentecost 3 years ago instituted the Royals Conference to bridge the said gap. It was dubbed an example of Christ as a Christian royal. The 2 days conference brought together 670 royals comprising paramount chiefs, queens, divisional and sub-chiefs from various denominations, including non-Christians. The chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Professor Poku Onyina, called on the royals to use their special positions in the palaces to do away with all traditions that hinder the development of their people, area, and nation at large.
Yehia asomafo, edifo, asempakafo, akyerɛkyerɛfo ne asɔfo wɔ ahemfo ne ahememu. Wɔn a ahemfo ne ahema nyame sunsum wɔ wɔn so na obetumi aboa eden sesaye aba nea eyesum na entumi nkoso no obebo modia so obeba ewura ho na nyame na mo nso de nsakraya aba na fa hudie aba.
The director of the Pentecost Men's Ministry, Apostle Emmanuel Ofe Ankrabedu, also called on the participants to bring the purpose of God to bear in their areas of authority as royals of Christ.
Today, and biggest street art and fashion festival in Tema to start from 30th June to 2nd July 2017. Stay with us. The senior national male football team, the Black Stars, today kicked off their 2019 AFCON qualifiers on a winning note. Captain Asamoah Gyan opened the scoring with a header in the 13th minute. On the 19th minute, defender John Boy made it 2-0 with a chip-in the penalty area. Ebenezer Ofori scored the third goal on the 44th minute with a screamer to end the first half. Jamna again tapped in for the fifth goal after the goalkeeper failed to deal with a cross. The encounter ended 5-0. Here are some highlights.
Well, you also need to give credit to Thomas Japan, who started it. Thomas Japan. So this is the second goal. Rafael Dramana did very well by nodding it back into the 18-yard box. And John Boy got the second goal. Fifth strike for the Black Stars. Going to Nigeria to beat the Super Eagles. Goal! What a strike! Look at it. Lovely footwork. Oh, fantastic strike by Ebenezer Ofori. Well, the last time I saw such a goal at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, it came from the left foot of Christian Achuchasam. Ofori. Oh, lovely pass down the left. Racing for that ball. Thomas Japan, a chance for the Black Stars. Where's the connection? Andre Ayew! And he's in it.
Congratulations to the team. Elsewhere, Usain Bolt marked an emotional farewell at a sellout stadium in Jamaica by winning his final 100 meters on home soil. The city of Tema is getting excited about the biggest street art and fashion festival that has been hitting the city for the past 3 years. It is expected to take place from the 30th June to 2nd July 2017. Artists will have their talents and skills on full display for the viewing pleasure of patrons of the festival.
This year be one, pregnant with great aspirations. Say with me, this year will power. The Tema Arts and Fashion Festival, a street festival, was initiated in 2014 to create opportunities for emerging entrepreneurs and businesses and to promote tourism using various forms of art, fashion and entertainment. Known as Qualofest, the three-day festival will also witness fashion runaway shows, stage performances, photography, street art processions and musical concerts among other entertaining activities. As pertains the practice, participating vendors will display their wares and services. The communications director of Musica, Mr. Ahuma Bosco Okanse, pushed for the promotion of creative arts in schools, especially at the junior high level, to whip up interest in the creative arts.
Creative arts is something that is infinite. Ernesto Mbowe betumi atwa nnwom 10, Shatawale betumi atwa nnwom 50, Pascal Amanfo betumi aye films saying and sa adrenaline no anya media mayeng to do creative things no ensa. So for some of us, we believe that Ghana is going to develop strongly, say, a focus on creative arts. No, we show Nigeria, omuri base your economy no muhu near creative arts no contributing more.
Keep watching the weather reports and do have a splendid evening. Have a good night.
That's all in the news. The host and panel for Talking Points are seated and ready. After the news, join them for another healthy discussion. Thanks so much for joining us. Good evening.